What's up, guys? So today I wanted to share with you how to put your course onto the Garmin Edge 500 computer. Alright, so the Garmin Edge 500 computer is a great training computer. I use it on my road bike for riding. Gives you every gauge that you need, from your cadence to speed, grade, all that good stuff. However, it doesn't do very well with navigation, in terms of spotting you and telling you exactly where you need to go turn by turn, like the other devices that are more high-end do, such as the Garmin Edge 810 and the 1000 series. So there are ways around it. So what I did was I went ahead and used Ride with GPS, which is a software that you can use online. You just got to create an account, and you punch in your course, that your locations, and it just creates a course for you, and you can just customize that course. Since we're already logged in here, I'm just going to go into my routes. I'll show you the routes that I have already used. And I'm referencing this route here. This is Woodstock to Poughkeepsie to Woodstock, and then back in reverse. This was for a trip that I did a few weeks last month, from New York to Woodstock. I took the Metro North train to Poughkeepsie from New York City, and I rode from there up to Woodstock. And as you can see here, the trip was 36 miles each way, and it was an awesome trip. So I'm going to show you how I went about doing this. I'll view the route here really fast before we go ahead and just continue creating our own. But this is the route here. Alright, this is point A and this is point B. Alright, and I'm going to show you how to go about doing this. It creates a cue sheet, which you can also download and use, print out. And let's just go ahead and jump into this. So we're going to go to Plan. Once you're logged in, hit Plan on the top menu. And on the right side, there's a location here. It says Jump to Location. What you want to do is put your address in there. So we need a spot address. My spot for this particular trip was the Poughkeepsie train station. And what you want to do, that's at 41 Main Street. So go ahead and copy this address and then paste it in Ride with GPS. On Mac, it's going to be Command V, or you can just go to Edit, Paste. And what you want to do after that is click Go. And it's going to ask you, do you want this to be your start point? What you want to do is say yes. Yes, I do. So right there, it will create a spot. Alright. Second, if you want that B, your destination, to be in there, that B route, that's your final destination. You just got to clear out that section here. And since I had already got the address, I rode right into Overlook Mountain Bikes out of Woodstock. So just copy this location right here, 93 Tinker Street, Woodstock, and go back to Ride with GPS and just go ahead and paste it in there and hit Go. And it's going to ask you, do you want this route to be your, do you want to route to this point? Just click yes. It's going to create the route for you. And we can go ahead and zoom out. That looks really good. This is exactly the route that I took. Passes right through the walk over the Hudson, which is the bridge here. I'm going to zoom in so you can see that. It's a nice, beautiful Hudson River. So this is a train station here, and it takes you right around and over the walk over the Hudson, and that's going to put you right on the Hudson Valley Rail Trail, which is a beautiful route. It passes through Woods area, and some of it's like mostly paved until you get to the Wallkill Valley Rail Trail. That one's gravel for about 5 miles. Sorry, 20 miles. And there's another route after that. I believe it's the Oneonta Rail Trail, which is also gravel, and that's only 5 miles. And that brings you right into Kingston, New York, which is right up here. Go ahead and zoom in. This area here. Oops. See when that happens, just go ahead and just bring it right back. It'll fix that for you. So now, let's look into this route a little bit furthermore. So this is our route we have here. These here are cues. So what you want to do, this gives you turn by turn. You can actually add information in here if you want. Depending on your device, it'll tell you what you need to do. The Garmin Edge 500 does tell you which way you need to go. It'll tell you turn by turn. It'll tell you that you have a turn coming up. So, like, for instance, mine would say turn left at X location. Alright, so I didn't go ahead and add anything in these cues, so you can leave them blank unless you need to add something. Like, for instance, you can put, like, if you're familiar with the route, like next time I can add, let's say if there's like a market here, I can put like food stop or something like that, and I can add that to the queue here, save it, and it'll add it to my GPS, and it'll notify me that that area has an attraction that I'm interested in, which would be the food. So in order to get this to your Garmin, we're going to go ahead and walk through that. What you want to do is go ahead and save the route. So let's go ahead and take this. I'm going to zoom back out. And we'll go ahead and save it. We'll just call it Poughkeepsie. Oops, already in here. Poughkeepsie to Woodstock bike route. Woodstock test route. Alright. So this is going to be the name of our route. Poughkeepsie to Woodstock test route. And we're going to click on cycling because that's what it's for specifically. For cycling. There's some other options in here. What's the road like? Because I am familiar with this road, it's a bit mixed on and off road. So we're going to go ahead and click that. If it weren't, if it's completely unpaved, off-road, you can add that in here. And this is great because you can make this public or not public. If it's public, you're giving them an opportunity to see like what your thoughts on it are. You can write descriptions in here as well. So I'm going to keep this one just me, and it's private, so we'll just click that since it's for this here video. And record this as a trip. No, we're not just going to click no. Click save. And now it's saved. It'll pop up with a window here, successfully saved to your route. So we'll just go ahead and close that. To get to that route, go back to the menu here and just click on routes. Alright, so now what you want to do is go to that route. It's the Poughkeepsie to Woodstock test route. What you want to do now is just edit that route. So view the route. And on the top right, you're going to see there's a part where you want to export. Alright, so what you want to do is just click on export. Now, depending on your device, there's a few options here. You can export for the 500, you can export for the 510, 800, 810, and 1000, and other devices as well. Since we have the Garmin Edge 500, if you click on that, it'll actually tell you what you need to do. It has instructions here and everything. But I already know how to do that, which I'm showing you right now. So what we need to do is go to export, and we need to click on the TCX course. This is the course data that the Garmin Edge 500 reads. To be able to tell you your course, it'll read the data, and it'll tell you left and right which ways you need to go. So we're just going to go ahead and click and download. Alright. Now, once that's downloaded, we can go into our downloads folder. And this is the route right here. So now what we want to do is plug in our Garmin. The Garmin's already plugged in. Alright. Once the Garmin's plugged in, it's going to mount itself to your desktop. It should. And what you want to do is take that file and drag it to the new files folder in your Garmin. So take this TCX route and just drag it right into that folder. You can X that out. And now it's just going to go ahead and copy. Give it some time and it'll transfer right over. And this is great because if you already have this device, you don't have to fork out all the cash to buy a brand new device, depending on how long your route is. There's a data cap on it. It doesn't record up to a. It doesn't. It won't hold a really like a huge route. So I mean, if you're doing a cross-country trip, you might need to take those files and break it up, and add them accordingly, and then delete. And then add again and delete your routes and courses. But because the Garmin Edge 500 doesn't have any SD cards or anything, or micro SD cards. It's just internal memory. Now, of course, it's in the new files folder. What we need to do now is just go ahead and eject the Garmin from the computer. And now I'm going to show you guys how to load it on the actual Garmin device itself. So let's go ahead and get to that. Alright, so I have the Garmin Edge 500 right here. So now we're just going to go ahead and turn it on. What you're going to do right there is just hit that power button and wait for it to load. And I'm using my iPhone here to give me that Wi-Fi GPS so that I can kind of see what I'm doing. So I hope the view is okay for you guys. Now once this is loaded up, just let it do its work. It's very, very simple how this is gonna pretty much load up on here. Takes a minute. The 500 is a little slow. It lags a little bit. Alright, so we can skip this part. So what you want to do when you need to load the course is to just go ahead and hit the enter button on the far left, bottom left of the Garmin device. And you want to scroll down to training. And you want to go to courses. In courses, we're going to have that route right there. You see that, Poughkeepsie. You want to go ahead and click that, hit enter, and do course. It'll process it. Takes a minute. And once this is done, it'll pretty much show you everything you need to know. Takes a little while. Sometimes the Garmin will go to sleep a little bit. So there we have it. Distance ahead. It has a virtual rider as well, so that's really good. That rides and kind of leads you out on the route once you go ahead and start it. It also tells you your distance to the end, which is 39.3 miles. It tells you the grade on the bottom and the course time. So this is pretty much it, guys. If you have any comments, leave them below. We'd love to hear how you go about planning your routes out and your courses. Sometimes you can do other courses as well, other resources other than Ride with GPS. But this is what I use, and pretty much tells me what I need to do and where I need to go. Let me know what you think and how you go about planning out your routes for when you're doing any bike touring or bike packing. This might not be the ideal device, but if it's one that you do have, you can use it to plan it out and do what you need to do. So alright, so that's it, guys. You saw how I loaded it up on the Garmin from Ride with GPS. So now all you need to do is just take this and mount it to your bike and take off. Leave your comments below, subscribe, like. We'd love to hear how you go about planning out your routes. I do use other software called Basecamp for bigger trips. However, this particular trip, I used my road bike, and this mounted nicely on my Edge right in front here. And that's how I go about using my devices. So the right tool for the job. Everyone does it differently. So we'd love to hear how you go about using yours, your tools for your rides and everything. So leave the comments below, subscribe, again, like, and comment. Show some love. Oh, also, before I head out, I wanted to show you guys I made a blog post on the Manual Pedal website for the trip that I did from New York City to Woodstock. So you can go ahead and check out that route. I got some awesome images on there as well. I talk about the route as well if you're looking into doing something like this or this route in particular. Leave some comments on the page as well. I want people to just kind of hone in on this experience here. I really share some images on like how the trail was, 75% gravel, my bike and everything as well. So I'm signing out, guys. Leave your comments on the site, manualpedal.com. Check out the blog post. It's called Woodstock, NYC to Woodstock. We'd love to hear what you have to say about it. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.